Hello, everybody. It's Suzanne here to do the reading for the collective on our thoughts. What are our thoughts focused on right now? Possibly what needs to change. I recommend watching the what's going on in the physical world, what's going on emotionally first, and then moving to thoughts. How are our thoughts affecting us? All right, so we're going to start with a major arcana, which could be the dark side of that arcana or the light side of that arcana. What the potential lesson is here when it comes to our thoughts through the soul's journey. And then getting into tarot. All right, so let's see. Thoughts. What do we have? Judgment. Okay. We have judgment. We have the dark side of judgment. All right. The dark side of judgment is about shame, pain, guilt. What did we have in the physical world? Guilt. Okay. Guilt showed up in the physical world. So this is what our thoughts do to us. Okay. You think you control your thoughts, and in some cases you do, okay? But thoughts happen to you, just like your heart beats. You don't say, oh, I'm going to make my heart beat today. You also don't say, I'm going to think about certain things today. Sometimes thoughts find you, right? And it feels like the thoughts that are finding you right now are about feeling guilty, feeling shameful, feeling some type of pain. All right, so what do we have here? Grief. Okay, so the lesson here is I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So you might be feeling some pain and some grief here, possibly about losing something. And remember, in the emotional reading, I don't know if it was the emotional reading or the physical world reading. I think it was the emotional reading. It was about basically focusing on a new chapter in an old book. So I feel like whatever it is that we're thinking about, we're focused on the old story. But there is a new chapter that is coming from that old story. But our thoughts are right now in some type of grief, something that we don't feel good about. And the whole point is to find ways to feel good. Then you draw in good things. All right, so let's see. What is this about? King of Wands. King of Wands. This could be a blow to your confidence. Okay? Somebody might have left you. Some job might have left you. Something left your life. And it affected your overall confidence. And that can be painful. That can cause grief. You might feel like you actually did something wrong here. I feel like it was meant to go down the way it went down. But it's affected your confidence. Eight of Pentacles. This very likely could have happened at work. And it's probably something that needed to go. It's probably something that needed to go. You might have been fired from a job. You might have been let go. For that matter, you might have quit. And if you quit abruptly. It was like a situation where you just walked out. And you might feel some regret, some pain, some guilt over that. Some grief. Oh my gosh, now I don't have a job. Okay, but it was meant to go down that way. Why? Because you weren't meant to do something that wasn't making you happy. And if you weren't willing to take the action, or maybe you did take the action happened to you. Because if you were in an unhappy energy, whether it was a relationship or a job, that's what you attracted. You attracted that lack versus the abundance. Okay? And it's affected your confidence, possibly in a work situation. What else? 9 of Cups. What is 9 of Cups? 9 of Cups is about a wish fulfilled. So here's the deal. Whatever happened here, okay, on some level, you wanted it to happen. Even if it didn't go down the way you wanted it to, you wanted to get rid of something in your life. And you might have chosen the tough way to do it. But at the end of the day, if you can focus on the fact that you ultimately got what you wanted here, even if it comes with some pain, it's really because it wasn't what you wanted. There's something else that you actually would call your heart's desire. It wasn't where you were at. And like I talked about in the other videos, it's like we're in a world of extremes right now. So it wouldn't surprise me a bit if you walked out on a job. Why? Because emotions are at their height, are at an extreme. You're going to find people have a shorter fuse, shorter temper. They take actions quicker. They might take action without thinking. They might say things without thinking. Do things without thinking. So I feel like that's what you're thinking about here. Like, why did I do this? I just made my life that much more difficult. Or why did I allow this to happen? Let's see. We want to clarify Judgment. Want to clarify the King of Wands. And we want to clarify the 9 of Cups. Temperance. So something, you did this, the reason that you have this pain, shame, guilt, whatever, these thoughts, okay, is because something was way out of whack. Temperance, something was way out of balance. We got to see what that was. We got to see what that was. And we have Knight of Cups. So, you were very, very emotionally charged about something. Okay, you were heavily, heavily, heavily in your emotions that I feel like you kept under wraps for forever. Whether it was in a relationship, whether it was in a job, whatever the situation, you kept your feelings about the situation under wraps for too long. All right? And you exploded. You exploded. And now you have some grief and some pain about this. But when you really look at it, what went away, you were thinking about getting rid of that thing or that person all along. You wanted it to go. And sure enough, it went. King of Wands, Ace of Wands, new passion. So while your confidence might be a little bit shaken right now, it's going to, I feel like it's going to resolve into a new passion. You're going to get past the grief of the immediate situation, and you're going to start thinking about what I'm really passionate about, or who I'm really passionate about. That's what will mend your confidence here, your shaken confidence. All right. 9 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. This is what I'm saying. It was meant to go down the way it did. It might not have been pretty. It might have been pretty ugly, actually. But I feel like not only did you make an impact for yourself, when you look back on this, you're going to say, yeah, that was the right thing to do. Maybe I didn't do it in the most poised manner, but it still was the right outcome. Sometimes it really doesn't matter how you get there. I feel like that's one of these situations because it's leading you to what you're actually passionate about. And you've been thinking about this for a long time. Right? You've been thinking about what you really want. 9 of Cups. What your heart really desires. What you feel you're destined to be doing or who you're destined to be with. And that's ultimately what is going to overtake your thoughts. Okay? And again, this might have happened at work. I strongly feel like this might have happened at work. All right, so we're going to get a card from Abraham Hicks' deck here about this situation, about our thoughts. And we have, I am learning that all problems resolve themselves. This is what you're learning, okay? Even if you have pain, shame, guilt about this, I feel like Spirit is saying, if you can let that go, if you can surrender the how it happened, doesn't matter how it happened. It is part of your destiny, part of getting you to where you want to be, okay? So I am learning that all problems resolve themselves, which is very true. When you have a problem, a desire exudes forth from you, right? There was a problem. There was a situation that you didn't like, and you were thinking about that situation you didn't like. You pent up your emotions around that problem, okay? When you have a problem, a desire exudes forth from you, and Source hears it and answers it immediately. So this could be proof of manifestation to you, okay? You might be better at manifesting unpleasant outcomes, but they ultimately turn into better or pleasant outcomes. But you go about it the more difficult way because you spend your time thinking about things in a negative way versus a positive way. All right. Once you remove your attention from the problem, you then allow the solution. What has this caused you to do? It's caused you to remove the problem. It might have created in your mind more problems. But what I feel like this card is saying is allow the solution to show itself, okay? Give birth to the question and let it go and allow the answer to flow. So this is saying let go of thought. Let go of thoughts. Allow the solution. Ask the question as to what you want right here. What is your heart's desire? Focus on that. Don't focus on what you think went so wrongly here because ultimately it's bringing you closer to what you want. All right? All right. Thoughts. That is what's going on in our thoughts right now, okay, collectively. All right, so I'll talk to you in the action video, all right, which is next. All right. Thanks. Bye.